But it's sunshine now. Rain came down earlier, so should be plenty of zip on the surface as Albion get us underway. Estupinian on the left to Mitoma, lots of Mitoma flags here today, draped around the shoulders of some of those fans, and immediately he's on the attack. Looked like he was fouled there, and a West Ham player's gone down injured. Seemed to fall awkwardly. And, yeah, well, it's interesting, wasn't it? Because it was an early positive run from Mitoma, but an early stoppage.
It's just like the one last season, didn't it? When Mitoma got the ball, came inside, and Jalabol tracking back pushed him over for the penalty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think that Alvarez, their new signing, he's playing as an holding midfield player just in front of the back two.
Yeah, that's interesting because he actually likes to get forward as West Ham send the ball out of play for a throw.
So that's a licence for Sussex to get forward to support Antonio.
Yes, in the past he has looked sometimes a little bit isolated as Albion take a tight throw and then they lose it. So West Ham will have a throw level with the penalty area down the West Ham right. Get a little cuddle from Gibbo behind us there. Throw for West Ham then. A minute played here on BBC Radio Sussex. Up comes Bonner and Zuma into the box. Antonio's a threat too, as it's a long distance, and there is a flick to the back post, chance for a shot, and it's just over the bar. Well, Paquetá, outstretched left leg, couldn't get over the top of it. Goal kick.
And it's a let-off, isn't it, that? Zuma's gone forward. I think Danny Welbeck's tracked him back, but Zuma's got the free header, flicked it on. Just caught me surprised that Kufal's got a long throw like that. I'm sure it'd have been in the stats, though, what the players have been given. Kufal can.
Well, it is an interesting dynamic, isn't it? Because with Ogbonna coming into the scene, they do have a fair bit of height, don't they? Zuma as well, Antonio, Souček is dangerous in the air too. What
they do, West Ham out of possession, they're very organised. David Moyes gets them organised, isn't he? 2 banks of 4 there.
Yes, they certainly do. Applause from Roberto De Zerbi as Ferguson drops deep and goes back to his captain, Lewis Dunk. Third of the pitch in sunshine over in front of the East Stand as it drifts into shadow as Webster takes charge. Trying to drill it down through the channel, blocked by James Milner, doing some good work in there at right back. Now Gilmour cushions it back to Milner, looks to turn, trying to get Albion forward, and off goes Pascal Gross. As Bonner's gone with him. Facing his own goal line, and Gross has been quite happy for him to have possession there by the corner flag. Then he squeezes out for a West Ham throw.
It's not bad that from Milner though, wasn't it? Playing short, then he just nicked one in the corner. Emerson squeezed up to Mark March. There's a big gap in behind him. Pascal Gross made a good run.
Yeah, throw for the West Ham up the line. There is March, his first contribution. Falls to the other number 7, James Ward-Prowse. Down the left is Antonio. Looked like he might have gone out of play, but the referee has given a free kick. Foul by Lewis Dunk, who's frustrated there. He felt the ball had gone out of play, but the referee's assistant on the near side may have been blocked off. I don't think either of the managers were in their way. And we'll wait and see.
Well, it's not gone out of play. You're clutching at straws there, aren't you, really?
Yeah, I think so. It is a free kick. And West Ham are taking their time over it. David Moyes just takes a glug of water in the tracksuit today. Roberto De Zerbi in his familiar All Black. Andrew Cross just having a word there with the 4th official, Sam Allison. And we know he's going to take the free kick, don't we? James Ward-Prowse, who needs just one more direct free kick to surpass David Beckham in terms of the most from a direct free kick in the Premier League. Got a wonderful right foot. It's 3 yards in from the near side. Whips into the edge of the box. Header away there by Webster. There's a foul in there by one of the West Ham players. Now we can rebuild. Well, they don't want to be giving away free kicks.
Yeah, in stupid areas there. We don't know how direct it is. So, I don't know what the situation is there. Just hold him, keep him there. You don't need to give a free kick away.
Well, Dunk has it now, trying to invite Antonio towards him, but West Ham quite content to just sit back. And that may be a problem for Albion as Milner pushes Dunk a little bit wide on the left. It's a little bit scrappy there, but now here's Mitoma trying to find Estupinian. Dunk. Across to the right-hand side to Webster. Webster now feeding it into the middle. Ferguson finding a pocket of space. Gilmore onto Estupinian. Curls it left-footed, trying to get Mitoma underway down towards the corner flag as he gives chase. And it's not quite out of play, but there's a... maybe it has gone. Anthony Taylor was there. It might have been a foul anyway by Mitoma there on Sofal.
Just a bit of misunderstanding there from Estupinian and Mitoma, wasn't it? Mitoma wanted it to his feet, Estupinian wanted him to run behind.
Yeah, so a goal kick to West Ham United. Relatively slow start to the game. 5 minutes gone, 0-0. BBC Radio Sussex this tea time. Some big scorelines elsewhere. Arsenal 2, Fulham 2. Maybe a little bit of a surprise, but Fulham are a decent side as Paul Prowse heads it on now to Paquetá. Paquetá in behind. Antonio gets there first, shoots. And a save, and a comfortable save for Bart Verbrugge. That'll do him a world of good. Didn't really have to do too much. Came straight at him, but good to get your hands on the ball as a goalkeeper making your Premier League debut.
It's great vision. Paquetá there, just slipped him in there. He knew where Antonio was running. That shouldn't be allowed there. Got in behind Webster far too easy.
Yeah.
But he's been on his stronger foot. It's probably a different story. He's on his weaker foot, his left foot. 2
chances already then for the West Ham strikers. Paquetá is playing slightly on the left, he's sometimes in the middle.
You see what they're trying to do though, Johnny, they're trying to congest the pitch.
Yeah.
Very organised. We have to break it.
Maybe go wide at times. This is Estupinian from the left, coming into the middle. Here's Gilmore. Feels like there's 15 players in front of him, but he's got it to March. March on the right, 5 yards outside the box. Eases it back to Gilmore. He'll dink it to the back post. Mitoma ducks underneath it. Still hasn't gone out of play, so Foul beats him to it and gets possession. Now he tries to send it up the line. Now we get possession back through Pervis Estupinian. A little bit better from the Albion there, starting to string a few passes together for the first time in the game.
Yeah, and if they want to play like this, West Ham is going to be ever so hard working, shifting from left to right, right to left. That's what you have to keep doing. You have to be patient in games like this.
That is the key word, isn't it? Former Seagull striker Warren Aspinall with us on BBC Radio Sussex, as always, home of the Albion on your BBC local radio station. Milner decides to just roll it back to Verbrugge. Signed in the summer, and needs to have a good look at him. Sure Steele will be disappointed not to be starting, but certainly want a clean sheet. 2 good chances for the visitors so far. They are sitting back now. Mitoma in possession, 5 yards in from the left touchline. 15 yards inside the West Ham half. Gilmore spreading it high across the pitch, but it's too high for Solly March and out for a throw.
I think that passes on though. If you want to do it early, Johnny, I think Webster's had it on a couple of occasions. He needs to be confident in your own ability, especially the cross-field pass from Webster to Mitoma. Kufal's just squeezing in a little bit. Yes. Too much for me.
Yeah, well, March, who's had such an electrifying start to the season. Albion's top scorer with 3 already. Some talk about possible England call-up. Faces a lot of competition in attacking areas, but he's getting to the ball now through the legs of Emerson onto Gross. Gross tries to back heel, blocked there by Ogbonna. Out of play it goes for an Albion throw, level with the penalty area. It's a little bit better there. March getting on the ball now. Gross to March. It's all a bit tight, but they've given it away, and Ward-Prowse plays it up to Antonio. Webster goes in, nice and tight there on Mikel Antonio. Good defending there.
That's good play from Webster. Yeah, he's strong enough, Webster, to have a battle with him. He wants a physical battle. I think Webster's there to match Antonio.
Well, he does like to back in Antonio, doesn't he? Now don't spread that ball across to March. That's better. It's come early. What can March do now? Oh, totally took his eye off the ball, and Paquetá accepts the gift. Takes it wide, up the line. Webster in again quickly. Milner now, nice back heel to try and find Webster, but he's out of position now, and Antonio scoops it up over the top of Gilmore. Shows a lot of it there to Dunk. He breezes past him. Antonio's still going, wants to get it onto his right foot. Brilliant defending from Estupinian. Held him up, didn't commit the foul. Now he's having a little nibble. Antonio goes to the byline. That's gone out of play as he crosses into the side netting, which gives a brilliant cheer from the North Stand, who applaud Pervis Estupinian. He got Albion out of a little bit of a hole there.
Well, yeah, he did. He left Gilmore, and he went to skip when Lewis Dunk shouldn't dive in there, but the pace of Estupinian coming across was unbelievable, and then had the ability to hold Antonio up, shepherd him out, and he's over on the pass. The ball, Antonio, great play from Estupinian. But two occasions now, Lewis Dunk's dove in.
Yeah. Time it right. They're trying to get tight on Antonio, but a couple of times he's got in behind. Milner's gone down on the right. He's trying to get in behind Emerson. Off he goes, chasing towards the corner flag. Emerson comes across and sends it into Rose Ed. Down by the corner flag, it'll be a throw. I did ask Roberto De Zerbi about Pervis Estupiñán's form on Friday. He said he's a crucial player for us, but he still has more to learn. He's acting such demanding standards, Roberto De Zerbi. Here's the throw, Milner into the byline. Ferguson holding it up, two around him. And a play for a corner. Good hold-up play there by the Republic of Ireland international.
Yeah, first of all, I like the pass from Lewis Dunk there. Lewis Dunk over the top for Milner to run. To put us right in the corner there. Emerson had to kick it out of play. We took the throw and took it quick. And Ferguson held it up and got us a corner.
Well, talked about set pieces plenty of times. Albion have their first corner of the game. Coming in this, the 12th minute. Gross is going to take it from the right. Areola poised in his 6-yard box. He may come and claim. There'll be an outswinger from the German. He curls it 6-yard box, and it is headed clear by Soucek. On by Bowen. Gilmore leaves that one for Estupiñán to steer it back to his keeper. Good work there by Billy Gilmore. Just blocked off the runner. Doing his job.
Just watching now West Ham were marking there. They weren't marking man for man. They was marking the 6-yard area. So they're marking space.
Well, here's Milner got into a bit of space, tries to turn it around on the edge of the box, spins back to Solly March. Perched quite high on this right-hand side, James Milner, at the moment. You know, of course, much of his football in midfield, so you know he likes to get forward. Mitoma getting forward on the left, two defenders in front of him. Bowen's there, pulls it back. Estupiñán's cross, back post, March across the face of goal, hook clear there by O'Connor. Nice work there by Solly March. He scored from a header, and that was a good ball across the area. Now he's won a throw. It comes off Paquetá. Good build-up play, building a bit of momentum here, Albion.
If we're going to have a bit of joy, I think it's going to be down the left-hand side anyway. Their left-hand side with Solly March and Milner, because Paquetá doesn't want to track back, does he? He's a luxury player.
No, he might do it first 10-15 minutes, but
now, Johnny, what are we, 12 minutes in the game, he's thinking, not again.
Yeah, and March will keep running all day long. He's worked on his fitness. Milner to March now. He's 3 yards in from the touchline. Milner goes in behind, but March has just breezed past Paquetá. Now he swings it in. Good, dangerous cross, and it's headed away by Zuma. Shouts from the West Ham crowd in the south stand. Paquetá does well to flick it away, but he's gone down there under a bit of pressure, holding his face. I think he's feeling that Solly March may have raised a hand, perhaps.
Again, he's soon back on his feet. He's trying to get a free kick for his team.
I tell you what, he looks like he's blowing a bit. He might want a little bit of respite.
They're saying they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
They don't want to track back.
Was it Milner, was it?
He's not even caught his face.
Oh, my Lord. It's his chest. He's put his hand on Paquetá's chest, and he's gone down holding his face.
That's where VAR has to look at that, can't they? And give a little whisper into Anthony Taylor's ear and say, look, he's just done this.
Well, it's an interesting one. I wonder at half-time, is there a case for that being done at half-time, perhaps, you know? Well, here's Webster trying to get Albion forward again. March once more. Has caused problems for Emerson in the early stages. 14 minutes gone. Still goalless on BBC Radio Sussex. They've yet to really test Areola in the West Ham goal. They've had chances themselves. Antonio with an easy shot. And also Paquetá, who blasted over the bar after header from Zuma. Nice ball by Webster to get it to the left touchline. Here's Estupiñán. So foul, just marking Mitoma. So Welbeck's come short, plays it to Gilmore. Gilmore square to Milner. Milner switching it over to the right. Pascal Gross, glaring orange boots of his, back in field. Welbeck starting to get more involved. Starting off to have any real opportunity in that congested area in the middle of the pitch.
What we're doing, Jimmy, we're moving them, aren't we? We're making them work hard.
Yeah. Just about to be a case of grinding them down, mightn't it?
Just needs one of their players, lack of concentration.
Yeah.
Switches off, and then you're in.
Well, he's scored in the last 3 Albion games against West Ham United, Danny Welbeck, so we'll be looking for another today. He made a good run through the middle, but Gross has instead decided to go on the diagonal to Estupinian. He's inside the box onto his right foot, pulls it back, chance for Gilmore, he hits it. Oh, fizzes it just wide. Lovely little layoff to the Scottish international. He drove it with the outside of his right boot, but just the wrong side of the post.
Great pass and pass for Gross. Estupinian faded to go on the outside, came inside. And it's have enough bend on it, did he? He's driven it, but it's gone dead straight. When you want them dead straight ones to go dead straight, they don't, do they? They always bend away.
Yeah.
This time it stayed there.
Yeah, shame, but good to see Billy Gilmore bearing down on goal there. Free kick, Albion will have it inside their own half. It's another area of the game. I mean, Solly March, Martin De Zerbi said, I want 15 from you, I want 15 from Mitoma. The likes of Gilmore, Gross, Dahoud, they're all going to have to contribute.
15 on a winger.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Has that ever been done?
Well, it's just that every time you talk to him, he just sets that bar that little bit higher, doesn't he? No matter what it is. Here's Estupinian. Feeds it into the middle. Ferguson, it was powered into him, and he tried to just push it into his own path, but it goes through to Areola, asking quite a lot there to kill that one dead. It was just around the sort of knee height, which is never easy to defend and get control. Long throw out by Areola. Milner's in behind. Emerson pushing him. It was lobbed back by Milner onto the chest of Bart Verbruggen. Composed there, gives it the thumbs up.
Verbruggen is probably a bystander for the last 10-15 minutes, isn't he?
Yeah, he just had to make that one save from Antonio in this first quarter of an hour. It was a relatively tame effort. So see, I mean, everyone talks about what he's like with his feet, but he made some crucial saves for the Netherlands in the under-21s Euros.
Centre half trying to push forward and take the ball forward. It's going mad.
Yeah, De Zerbi's irate on the sidelines there.
Might have to take it forward, Webster.
Yeah.
Carry it.
Just drifting it into the West Ham half. It comes back by Milner to Dunk. Dunk to the touchline on the left. Mitoma, off goes Estupinian. But Mitoma's lovely little weaving run on that left-hand side. Now he plays in, and Estupinian. So foul slides in. Was it Bowen maybe on that far touchline? It's gone out of play. Estupinian's gone down in front of the West Ham fans, and Albion win it back.
I think Mitoma, though, Johnny, I think he has to just carry on taking them on, doesn't he? He's beaten two players. I think he's given Estupinian a lot to do there.
He's taken it away from goal as well, which makes it easy for West Ham, who are guarding their penalty area manfully in this opening 20 minutes or so.
I think this is what we have to do, Johnny. Two wide players, or the full-backs who are getting forward, have to stay touchline wide. Make the pitch big.
Well, there will be teams that will come to frustrate Albion, sit behind the ball. And you probably guess that West Ham would be one of them. And of course, they don't have the creative guile of Julio Enciso. Webster's pass is cut out by Ward-Prowse. Outside of his right boot, the former Southampton player sends it up the line. Webster, oh, Verbruggen didn't come, and Antonio's onto it, waiting for help. Will he go for goal? No, sizes it up. Ward-Prowse, close range, tucks it away. A mistake at the back, and Ward-Prowse fires home from close range. 18 minutes gone, and Albion trail by a goal to nil.
Well, it's against the run of play, that's for sure, isn't it? Just an awful ball down the Pantone to run onto. Webster's the favourite, and he's had a back pass and it's under it. I think Lewis Dunk has to come across, has to stop it a little bit earlier. And Ward-Prowse has made a run, hasn't he? You need to follow Ward-Prowse. He's initially played the ball down the line.
Yeah, maybe there was a safe option. Antonio waited and waited. He went with his left foot and ended up with a pass to himself, Ward-Prowse.
It's come off Lewis Dunk's back, hasn't it?
A bit of misfortune, a little bit of indecision in the build-up as well. Yeah, because it comes off his back, it cushions it. And so he's got time to get to the second ball, Ward-Prowse. It's
Billy Gilmore's back, I think it's come off.
Just not what Verbruggen wanted at this stage, coming in on your Premier League debut. But as you say, it hits the backside of Billy Gilmore, loses the momentum, but it just plates it on a plate for James Ward-Prowse. Well, It's totally against the run of play, so Albion will be looking to find a response. Matoma over down by the left corner flag, trying to put pressure on Sofal. Comes back for Estupinian. Short touch for Gilmore. Already had one shot, thought about another, but he's covered it into Welbeck. Nice turn from Ferguson. Oh, good save by Areola. Lovely little swivel from Evan Ferguson. Welbeck involved in the build-up and nearly an immediate response from the Albion.
Yeah, Matoma getting on the ball. Gilmore driving for one of them passes from last week. Johnny, don't watch the eyes. Good spin and turn from Ferguson. Just couldn't get it into the corner. Good save for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, did really well, Evan Ferguson. Areola saved. Referred to Fabianski this season, and that decision justified. He's already made a penalty save this season for the Hammers. Did he have a little bit more time, Warren? I mean, it's a lovely little back heel, wasn't it, to set himself up. Gross flicking it onto Ferguson now. He's trying to stride into the box on the right side. Lays it off neatly to March. Looking to go onto his left foot. Gilmore again, outside the area. Drags it across to Estupinian. Estupinian, lofted ball towards Mitoma. He hits it first time into the ground and into the advertising hoardings. Goal kick. Heading towards the midway point of this first half. It's Albion 0, West Ham 1.
Well, we'll just up the tempo a little bit, aren't we? Moving the ball in the final third. Billy Gilmore's getting on the ball quite a lot now. Good movement there from Matoma. Went short and wanted it over the top. Got it over the top. Poor end product from him on this occasion. You have to keep going. You have to be patient, and you're working ever so hard.
You know, they will create chances. There's no two ways about it. Comes off Mitoma on halfway. Throw for West Ham over on the far touchline into the east stand, which is bathed in sunshine. You can see some of the fans with their hands over their eyes, just blocking out the sunlight. It's back there to Areola. Hits it first time. Right-footed. Dunk is underneath it. Good strong header from him. Trying to get it forward to Welbeck. Away by the man in the middle. And on there. Nice spin and turn by Bowen, getting it onto his right foot. Now clips it across the goal, but Dunk is there. And he's giving it straight back to him. And it's on his left foot, curls it in there. And this time Dunk heads it away. A bit careless at the back there again, offering West Ham opportunities. Bowen getting involved. Now he's laid it off for Sofal with a cross. In comes Milner to head it clear to the edge of the box. Gilmore challenges there with Ward-Prowse. Estupinian finding Gross. 10 yards outside his box. Goes back to his keeper.
Then 50-50. They would everyone, didn't they, West Ham there? Got the momentum when they go forward. They're working ever so hard, and without the ball and with the ball. They're getting men forward, aren't they, as well, to support Antonio.
You just wonder how long they can survive as Paquetá goes in on Milner. The referee's blown his whistle. Ward-Prowse joins the party there. The referee's whistle couldn't really be heard. Milner having a word with the fourth official. Great competitor, isn't he, James Milner? Shakes his head in disgust. But Albion have the free kick. Well, now they've got their lead. I think they'll probably be even more negative, West Ham, but dangerous on the break, of course. Lost their key talisman, Declan Rice, in the summer. That big money move to Arsenal for over £100 million, but they did bring in Alvarez from Ajax. It was actually a centre-back, moved to centre midfield. That's where he's playing, just in front of the back four at the moment.
Bad challenge that from Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, Ward-Prowse with a very strong challenge on Gilmore. Anthony Taylor.
I think he's taking his time.
Yeah, I think he's going to go out with a yellow card, but it could be checked. First caution of the game goes to James Ward-Prowse, the goal scorer.
He knows what he's done, James Ward-Prowse.
He looks away, doesn't he? So he's got that forward front look as he slides in on Gilmore.
I think it's a yellow card.
Yeah.
It's not a red.
A little bit like the McAllister one, actually, which he got a red card for that was then rescinded. And here's a free kick. Centre of the pitch. In the middle of the West Ham half. Gross, the favourite. March is pinned on this right-hand side in space. And it's quite straight, not much of an angle for Gross. Usually someone just touches it off to him and he can get the ball rolling in open play. So let's see what happens Pascal Gross still looking to become Albion's top Premier League goal scorer, still on 26, tied with a certain Glenn Murray and Neil Maupay. He has laid it off to Gilmour. Gilmour back to Gross, back to Gilmour. Now down the left it goes. Estupinian, 4 to pick out in the middle, whipped in. Dunk is in there, comes off his shoulder, and it's headed away by Emerson. Paquetá nods it on. And Pascal Gross just plays it back inside his own half.
He has to go forward there, Pascal Gross, isn't he? Oh, he's closing down with his options on Solly March.
Yeah, trying to go back, but now they're going forward. It's Estupinian again. Now lofted forward by Gilmour to find Milner. Milner pulls it back. It's Welbeck who tries to turn. It comes back for Gilmour. He drives it into the box. It took a deflection. Out of play it goes. Out for a corner. Reluctant to pull the trigger there.
Yeah, good play from Danny Welbeck there. Get the ball at his feet, showed his strength. Slid it back off to Billy Gilmour to get his shot away. Got us a corner. 25 minutes gone.
Yeah, let's hope that they can test Areola, who's not really had to make a save in the game so far. Gross is going to take it from the right. Arm up in the air, whips it in, away from goal. Big leap by Welbeck, headed clear by West Ham, picked up by Estupinian. 8 yards outside the box, on the left-hand side. Mitoma on the outside. Looks to feed it back in, onto his right foot. Now he drives it in with pace, and it's headed away. I don't think they knew where that was. It was Souček, I think, who got it behind for a corner in the end. Wasn't aware that there actually was no Albion player around him. Another corner.
And you've got 4 players in there, Webster, Dunk, Welbeck and Ferguson. Somebody has to attack it. They've all come short. I don't know what they're coming short for.
And Gross with another opportunity, again from the right. This time he's turned it short to Solly March. March back to Pascal Gross. Drives it into the box. Brought down there by Lewis Dunk. Turns, shoots, blocks. Comes back for March. Takes a touch. Now he drives it and it hits Antonio. Cluster of players in front of him. Now Gilmour guides it to the far right. Comes off Ward-Prowse. Sorry, Bowen it is in the end, who slid in on Gross.
Yeah, great bit skill from Billy Gilmour to bring out the like that. He wants to get the ball and he wants to be on the ball all the time.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it goes wrong, does it? It's still wants to get on it. Here's Estupinian driving it across the pitch to the right-hand side. March lays it off. Milner just outside the box, squares it. Gilmour looking for a little ball in field. There's really no space for Evan Ferguson at all. He's got nowhere to really run into. He's got his back to goal on the edge of the D. And he's got 2 centre-backs and Alvarez for company. Gross holds it into him now, coming away from 4 West Ham players, back to Gross. He looks up. Estupinian's made the run, floated beyond him. So foul leaning in there on Estupinian. Albion fans wanted something there. Maybe it would have been a soft one, I think, but he did seem to be leaning into Estupinian there. De Zerbi's furious the way things are going just at the moment. Here's Webster. Crossfield ball to Mitoma, brings it down, kills it dead, left side of the box. Onto his right, back onto his left. Now he goes to the byline. Can he get the cross in the air? It falls. Shot from Gilmour, and that's blocked there. I think it was Ward-Prowse who just flung his body at it. Albion knocking at the door here.
Ward-Prowse is having a stormer, Johnny, isn't he?
Unfortunately, yes. Calls for handball there. Gets an Albion player, but March continues. Swung in there by Gilmour. Ferguson tries an acrobatic overhead kick, goal kick.
Mitoma's the better option there, isn't it? And again, good build-up players in it from Brighton.
Yeah, there was a handball in the build-up to that, but if Ferguson had left it, maybe Mitoma might have been able to get it away. Here. Yeah, gets hold of it, Gilmour, doesn't he? That's the 2nd time in the game that he's had a ball driven at goal that's been blocked by the West Ham defence as we approach half an hour play. BBC Radio Sussex providing Premier League commentary for you, home and away on the Albion, who currently trail by a 1-0. James Ward-Prowse from close range in the 18th minute of this first half. Earlier today, Brentford drew with Crystal Palace. Wolves got a winner against Everton. Man United came from 2 behind to beat Forest 3-2. And the lunchtime game, Tottenham running out 2-0 winners against Bournemouth. Could have been more by all accounts. There's Milner sweeping it back there. I'm not quite sure who Roberto De Zerbi's shouting at, but he's certainly shouting at somebody. be too happy with the way things that have gone so far, but the forward ball to Welbeck, who gives chase down to the left-hand side. Back to Mitoma. Good work by Welbeck. What can Mitoma do here? Flicks it behind him to Estupinian. He just gets it forward. Now Welbeck. Ferguson onto Milner. Chance on the edge of the box here for Gross. Hits it low. Falls for Ferguson, but in there quickly Azuma. Pumping the ball away. Webster will retrieve on halfway. Albion trying to stretch and squeeze this West Ham defence. As you say, the Moyes team, it's so disciplined. Never actually beaten Brighton and Hove Albion, David Moyes, in 8 attempts. 4 defeats and 4 draws during his career against the Albion.
I think West Ham have not beaten us, have they, in the Premier League?
No, yeah, 12 games Albion are unbeaten against West Ham. 6 wins, 6 draws. Oh, that's a strong challenge on Ferguson, but Alvarez got away with that one. Then Milner judged for a foul, Paquetá. Mustn't get frustrated, Warren. Albion players maybe feel they're not quite getting the rub of the green at the moment in terms of some of the decisions, but
like I said, Johnny, they're just leaving Antonio up front, aren't they? And trying to break when they do break, they break because Alvarez is just sitting in front of Zuma and Abona. Oh. So it's more or less playing with 3 centre-halves. The 2 full-backs are in there, Emerson and Kufel. The 5 at the back. It's very hard to have some space in the box, trying to play these balls to feet.
Anderson goes down there. Foul by Milner. He actually got caught in the blow. Emerson's hurt himself. Oh, they're innocuous, I thought, but he does seem to be in a fair bit of pain there. It may have been as he fell.
Well, it's not kicked him.
Milner's been a bit unfortunate today. A couple of decisions was nodded on by Antonio.
I think he just run into him, knee to knee maybe, but that's about it.
Yeah.
If he does come off, he has treatment, he comes off, that's there for 30 seconds, isn't it, the new rule?
Yeah. He's upholding his left leg now. More worrying though, Warren, is the fact that it's going to be a free kick wide on this left-hand side that James Ward-Prowse will take. We talked about the height. Forward comes Souček. Alvarez is quite tall too. Having a quick chat there with Antonio. Albion are drawing a line along the edge of the box, so that's where they're going to be defending this one, but it's not quite in line with the edge of the box.
The keeper's got a free run, Johnny, out here. There's nobody in front of the keeper, is there? So if he wants to come and get it, he has to make it his.
Let's see what he does. Well, Prowse fires it in. He comes and he punches. He's collided there with the West Ham player, which I think might be Souček. It was a good clean punch there by Bart Verbruggen.
Yeah, it's a good punch, isn't it? But he's run straight into him, hasn't he?
He went straight down.
That's what Souček does, doesn't he? He does well, that well, gets in behind the defence and gets good headers in there. And he takes knocks.
Half a yard earlier, Warren, and maybe he could have been in trouble, but
half a yard early, Johnny. It's a proper collision, isn't it?
Yeah, that would probably have helped Bart Verbruggen, though, wouldn't it? Getting that punch away, Warren, because it was a little bit of a decision. Probably Webster's back pass was a little bit short for the goal, wasn't it? And he was a little bit unlucky. It came off Gilmore's back, but he didn't want to have conceded so early in his Albion career in the Premier League. Reminder earlier, good win for Worthing away at Dover Athletic today. That was a National League South defeat, though, at home for Eastbourne Borough, who lost by a 1-0 to Truro City. And still, he's receiving treatment, so we will have a lengthy spell of concern on the West Ham bench. And maybe a chance, maybe for Roberto De Zerbi to have a chat with some of his players. What do you think he'll be saying to them, Warren, in terms of trying to get themselves back level?
Well, I think the 2 wide players have to stay wide, don't they? And one-on-one situation, they have to take them on, and we have to get the ball quicker to them. It's okay doing all of that, but they're doubling up on.
Because that central area is just too packed,
too congested.
I mean, trying to pick out a pass there is very, very difficult.
This might unsettle them, though, Johnny.
Yes, it may do, actually.
Souček's worked his socks off in there.
I think they probably could put in someone like a Fornals in there into the midfield, perhaps. They've already taken the opportunity to Going for a call of nature, or maybe have a refreshment. The Tunnel Club to our right has got a fair few empty seats at the moment. I think they're up and down all the time using the facilities, aren't they? I think the fact that you get a few free drinks, it causes them a few problems once they've sat down.
Free drinks, and every time they get up, they come back with some food.
Yeah. Well, Souček is on his feet. He's walking behind the goal there. They won't need the stretcher, which had been brought along the side of the pitch. He's made of quite strong stuff, isn't he, Thomas Souček? It's difficult to assess. Bart, we're going to need a fair amount of time, Warren, aren't we? But
well, I think he's
made the right decision, didn't he?
Yes, he come in and smashed it. But I think Souček will come in off. I don't think he'll be going back on.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I think he's holding his shoulder, perhaps, as well.
No, I think that's the thing. I think he's taking one right in there. And
well, they're down to 10 men at the moment. Maybe that might help the Seagulls. Antonio's just slotted in on the left-hand side. Paquetá in the middle now. I won't tell you what the change is, but Albion have it. Can they make the difference here? Is it a nice run by Mitoma? Pulls it into the box.
I think they're taking
well there by Alvarez.
I think they've been chatting to him, Johnny, but I think he's might be talking, giving the wobble.
Gobbledygook.
Yeah.
Well, I do that on a regular basis.
Yeah, me too.
There's Milner across to Solly March.
So
I think you have to be careful. It looks like Ben Rama might be coming on, who was one of the two changes made by David Moyes, so quite easy for him to slot in there. Here's Dunk, waiting with the ball of his feet for someone to come towards him. No West Ham player obliging, so Webster pulls it across to the right. Short pass by March into Gross. Gross back out wide. Milner now. Can he find a decent cross? No, he tries to go back to Gross, but Paquetá got a foot on it. Hasn't quite gone out of place, so still they'll have to wait before they can make a change. Albion pushing on the right here. Milner slides it into Ferguson. Back to Gross. Good movement there by Evan Ferguson. And patrolled there by Angelo Ogbonna at the moment.
They've got nine players behind the ball, John.
Yeah.
Haven't they? It's hard to break down. You don't move the ball quickly. To fill in gaps very well.
Yeah, no way through in the middle at the moment, so they go wide. Milner. March is hovering, waiting. Has to go back inside his own half. Still Benrahma can't come on. Yeah, it is proving difficult for them. Well, he will have a chance at half-time, but 8 minutes still left of this first half for the Seagulls to find an equaliser. They trail by a goal to nil. James Ward-Prowse scoring 18 minutes into this first period. Bit side to side at the moment. Gross into the middle. Webster midway through the West Ham half. Paquetá comes forward now. Back to the right. Milner slips it down the side. March, chance to cross, but checks back onto his left side. Milner does. That comes off Emerson, out for a corner, and Benrahma will come on.
Yeah, it's good play, moving and moving, but you need an end product at the end of it, Johnny. And we didn't get an end product at this phase of play.
There's another attacking option, isn't he, Saïd Benrahma? Albion have another corner. Moyes is trying to get his team organised, but Gross has his right arm up in the air. Going to try and pick out Ferguson in the middle. Mike is there too, whipped in near post, easy header away. To make it more difficult for West Ham than that, as March goes back inside his own half to Bart Brugge. Oh, and that pass there didn't go to Estupiñán. Mitoma wins it back, up against Antonio. Now can he attack on the diagonal from that left-hand side? Pokes it in there to Ferguson. Ferguson back out wide. Curling cross in there from Estupiñán, headed away. And the West Ham defender ahead of Solly March, who is judged to have just pushed into Emerson there. Free kick for West Ham.
Yeah, that's better play, because you made the ball quickly, didn't they? Mitoma running at defenders, committing defenders. At the moment, we're making it easy for them, aren't we? We're making it easy for West Ham, because they're just playing side by side, and all they're doing is shuffling across.
Yeah. West Ham have only won one of their 16 top-flight games against the Albion. That was back in 1983. The goals coming from Cottee and Dickens in a 2-1 win against the Albion, but the Seagulls have fared so much better in recent seasons. The last defeat came at West Ham in a big thumping 6-0 defeat. The Seagulls trailing here. And that's bounced off the referee, but it's fallen for Ferguson, so Anthony Taylor says, come on, play on.
It might have a bit of drawing on, Johnny, because what Paquetette's gone in the centre midfield.
Here's Gilmore, got about a shot from distance, middle of the pitch, lays it off. Gross, he has a go and forces the save from Areola. Nearly popped out of his hands, but no one there to try and prod it home. And it remains 1-0 to West Ham.
Like Soucek's full of energy, and up and down, gets his foot in. Paquetette's a bit of a flair player, isn't he?
Yeah,
so maybe
change the dynamic in that midfield area. Likes to go a lot wider, doesn't he? He's on the ball now. Lays it back there to Paquetá. It's a free kick off the ball. March there with the foul on Emerson. Well, Areola has only had to make a couple of saves. They've been quite tame efforts from the Seagulls. But it's the players in front of him that have done it. O'Connor told to go back. Albion fans want a yellow card for time wasting. 5 minutes left of the first half. Header away by Webster from the edge of his own box, picked up by Ben Rama. Cushioned back to him now by Paquetá. Ben Rama turns, 3 yards in from the left touchline. March trying to get close. The ball forward, Ben Rama taking it away there. Welbeck tried to challenge, didn't win it, but Ferguson's brought down. Free kick. Big cheer from the Amex crowd as Anthony Taylor gives the Albion a chance to take the free kick. They're taking it quickly. And Nato De Zerbi having a word with the 4th official. Just gets set so quickly. Albion have somehow got to try and get the ball forward from those free kicks. Those short 3 passes, by the time they've made those 3 passes, no, West Ham are behind the ball.
Every man's behind the ball.
Yeah, Lewis Dunk is midway through the West Ham half. As you say, now he's bypassed Antonio, but he's running into traffic. Here's Gross, little square ball to Gilmore. Gilmore, diagonal, floated ball, Skripinjan's body to get it into the area. Poor clearance, he goes up in the air and it's spilled there. No one could just tuck it home. Areola, what a mess of it he made there. It's a simple catch.
Yeah, but you have to be aware, don't you, Johnny, of that as centre forward. My day, Ian Rush, 10 a season for them, Ian Rush was. You have to be aware.
You just got to gamble on the fact that it's going to be missed, but comes back to the Albion. Gilmore across to Estupiñán, drags it near side, lays it off. Gilmore again. Milner trying to help out, switches it to the right. March up against Emerson. Maybe to roam in field for Solly March. No one going towards him now, but he's just bypassed Antonio to get it to Dunk. Dunk now sees the run of Mitoma, trying to get it in behind, but it took a deflection, nearly left by the defender, and Alvarez as well to turn and spin and get away there. He's very calm under pressure inside his own box. Just those balls aren't quite falling for the Albion today, and everything seems to be falling for the visitors. It's a nice run by Mitoma. It was a nice ball by Lewis Dunk, but it took a deflection on the way. Antonio holding it up. Ward-Prowse sends it across the pitch to Ben Rama. Space up ahead of him, gets to the edge of the box. He's up against Milner. Clips it to the left-hand side. Emerson drives in the cross, comes off Milner out for a corner. Good well there, Milner.
So quickly on the break though, Johnny, isn't it?
And that's the danger, isn't it? You find yourself camped in their half for long periods of time. And then suddenly, and now they do have that added pace with Ben Rama on the left, coming on as a substitute. Well, it's going to be a corner. Ward-Prowse to take it. On the near side. Hoists it near post, and it's headed away by Webster. Just sneaking in there.
He's gone for a goal, I think, hasn't he?
Yeah, made the right decision, but Brugge having a quick conversation there with Adam Webster. 2 balls on the pitch. It will get retaken as we go into the final 60 seconds of normal time. There'll be plenty to be added on after that injury to Thomas Soucek. He's had to come off after a blow with Bart Verbruggen. And here is Ward-Prowse again. Again, it's near post. Again, it's headed behind, this time by Milner.
Well, we spoke about it before the game started, and about his delivery. Those two wonderful balls in the near post area. Just need a little glance from one of the West Ham players.
Yeah, I think it was Alvarez who was in there on that occasion. Still pushing. 3rd consecutive corner. This one a bit more height And actually out comes Verbruggen, who claim wants to send somebody on their way. He's thrown it out to Estupinian. He's looking through the middle, checks. Nearly fell on the ball there. Overran it, but helped out there by March. Now Gross asking Milner to get forward on the right. Maybe Albion can get in behind now. 4 minutes to be added on. Milner with a cross. Arriving there is Welbeck. Headed away there by Sofal to the edge of the area. March picks it up. What will he do with it here? 15 yards outside the box. Square ball to Gilmour. A little disguised ball into Welbeck. Anthony Taylor saw the foul. Free kick on the edge of the D and a yellow card. I think it's Alvarez who's got it.
I don't think he caught him. I'm not too sure he caught him. I'm not here, Johnny.
It was played into Danny Welbeck.
Yeah,
he did. He actually trod on his foot. Not too much production on the instep there for Danny Welbeck, who's still on the ground but now getting up. And this is a very good opportunity because he's dead centre, right on the edge of the D. We're going to try and find an equaliser after that Ward-Prowse goal.
Well, you need to make the goalkeeper save, Johnny, don't you? After what he just
Especially,
dropped,
having just spilled that. Good come and claim that by Bart Verbruggen, though, Warren.
Yes,
on the
it
other
was,
end.
yeah.
I really like that. Look commanding, look positive. So there's a host of options here. As I say, it's dead centre on the edge of the D. There's Welbeck, there's March, there's Ferguson, there's Lewis Dunk, there's Milner. Surely somewhere in there's Pascal Gross, but it doesn't look like Gross is going to take it because he's got into the wall. We do have a player lying on the ground behind the wall, West Ham. Areola crouching. Looks like Benrahma's encroaching there. Certainly not 10 yards away. Maybe a Lewis Dunk special. Straight run and hit.
Just have to hit the target.
Let's see if they can force some kind of save. No, it's March. He curls it. Hits the top of the wall, comes off Zuma and goes behind for a corner.
Did it hit Zuma or did it hit?
I thought it hit Zuma actually, but Alvarez looks like he's gone down.
It's Alvarez again.
Maybe it hit him flush on the face. March it was who curled it left-footed. Yeah, it did hit him straight in the face.
Great.
Yeah. As I say, used to be a centre-back, was converted into a central midfielder. Wanted to move to Chelsea. Said he cried when that move didn't happen. He's joined West Ham and he's playing in a central defensive role here. Gross in at the near post, another easy header away by Paquetá. That's two wasted opportunities now from the Albion. Got to do better.
Well, it's a waste opportunity, isn't it? I think we've got 5 corners now, Johnny. Not really put them under pressure, none of them.
No. Gilmour to the left side of the box. Mitoma brings it down neatly. Edge of the box is Welbeck. Oh, it's a terrible ball across there. Trying to find Milner, a little bit forced. And it's gone all the way across the pitch and out for a throw. It's been a rather disjointed first half performance, Ron.
Yeah, it has. We haven't got our passing game going, only sideways and back. We haven't got our flow, we haven't with pace. You know, we haven't been at them in the final third, probably Mitoma on one occasion. But Solly March, he keeps sending him inside. Emerson, he keeps going inside.
Albion take a quick throw. Welbeck trying to make amends, gets there. Sees it out of the play for a corner. Zuma it was who committed. Maybe a chance for redemption here. Maybe Gross will leave it for Solly March to take. Change of angle now from the Albion on this right-hand side, which could be the last action of this first half.
It's been a great time to score.
Could change the half-time talk. Certainly change the dynamics of the game. We've now been trailing by a goal to nil. March to take it, left-footed, fires it into the box, headed away to the far side where Estupinian has it. He curls it in. Good ball, but it's over Webster. Paquetá controls it and volleys it clear. There is the half-time whistle. Albion trail by a goal to nil. A James Ward-Prowse strike. 18 minutes into the first period, giving the Hammers the lead. Totally against the run of play. Albion had good opportunities, but West Ham making it very congested in the centre of the pitch. Not much space for the likes of Welbeck or for Ferguson. Gilmour had a couple of shots that were blocked, but Areola has not really been tested. And at half-time, Albion trail by a goal to nil.
Well, I said in the podcast, Johnny, that West Ham had 24% last week and won 3-1. Today, they've only had 16% possession. We've had 84% possession. We've had 9 shots, only 2 on target. We haven't worked them in the final third enough for me. We've had good areas of place. Yes, they're getting back, and they work so hard out of possession as they do in possession, West Ham. But we need an end product. Solly March hasn't taken his full back out once on the outside. He's always gone inside, and that's where he wants him to go. Emerson, just keep going inside, because I know one of my centre backs or Paquetá will just come in and take the ball off you, and that's what's happening. We need to move the ball quicker, get it wide, and get across into the box and get into the box. We can't just keep feeding it there. The way we're playing at the moment, it's too slow. If you want to play the way we want to play, you need to get in and pass it, and crisp passes.
And really, Welbeck and Ferguson have been out of the game, really, because they're just operating an area with so many other players.
Well, yeah, it's too tight in there, isn't it? It's too tight. So it's one of the situations where you have to get the ball wide and get the crosses into the box.
Yeah. Could he make changes at half-time, Warren, potentially?
You can, but you don't. I don't think he'll make changes at half-time. But he'll make changes because we need to get after him. Bit more movement. Yes, the static. Ferguson and Welbeck, and when they do come, they're coming too deep because the centre backs are staying in the slots, and Alvarez is just staying there as well. So if they come, you've still got 5 defenders in front of them. When they turn, it's 5 defenders in front of them. So you need to suck them in a little bit. They need to get closer, I think, Welbeck and Ferguson, little 1-2s, playing them in the corners and see if you can move them about. But at the moment, it's easy for the defence of West Ham.
Okay, well, the whole of the second half to come with myself and Warren Aspinall, but stay tuned at half-time here at the Amex. It's Brighton and Hove Albion 0, West Ham United 1.
Johnny, Warren, thanks very much indeed, and of course we'll be back for the whole of the second half with Johnny and Warren in about 15 minutes time. Elsewhere in the Premier League today, the early kick-off, it finished Bournemouth 0, Tottenham Hotspur 2. Tottenham at the moment top of the Premier League. A late Fulham equaliser at the Emirates. Arsenal 2, Fulham 2, so you'd have to say Arsenal dropping points at home today. It finished Brentford 1, Crystal Palace 1, a late Anderson equaliser for Crystal Palace. Everton's woes continue. They've lost by a goal to 0 at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers, who recorded their first win of the season. Manchester United coming from behind to beat Nottingham Forest. Forest having a player sent off. United coming from 2-0 down to win by 3 goals to 2. Elsewhere, we'll bring you up to date with events in League 2, where Crawley have been thumped today by 6 goals to 0 at the County Ground against Swindon. I think we'll have a report from that one coming up. Wait to hear from the studio on that as to when we get a report on that one. Elsewhere in League, in the National League South, it finished Eastbourne Borough 0, Truro 1. Eastbourne Borough slipping to 4th bottom in the table. Worthing's great start to the season continues. They won 2-0 at Dover today, and they are top of National League South. We'll have a report on those games in a few moments' time. But let's look back on what's been a pretty awful afternoon for Crawley, beaten 6-0 down in Wiltshire by Swindon. Gary Smith has been talking to the Crawley Town boss, Scott Lindsay.
Absolutely incredible. I'm absolutely shell-shocked by what I've seen here this afternoon, because the final score, the Swindon Town 6, Crawley Town 0. Just 1 goal dividing the two sides at the break, courtesy of a goal by Dan Kemp after 34 minutes. But then 4 goals by Jake Young after 47 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes and 71 minutes. Gave Swindon a 5-0 advantage. And then pretty much with the last kick of the game, substitute Tyrese Shade taking the ball under control just on the edge of the penalty area, fired a shot right-footed, down low to Corey Adai's right-hand side, and it nestled in the back of the net. Both Ken and I, my co-commentator, were saying we don't honestly think that Swindon was 6 goals better, but they took their chances and Crawley didn't take theirs. Crawley could have been 2 or 3 goals up by the time Swindon got their first goal. It could have easily been 2-2 at half-time. It could have easily have been 3-3. But when the chances came along for Swindon in the second half, they certainly took them, certainly in the shape of the number 7, Jake Young, who unsurprisingly got the man of the match award. Crawley, I think, just have to put it down as a bad day at the office, pick themselves up and move on to another tough away game at Stockport next week. I would never have predicted a 6-0 victory here today for either side. Despite Swindon scoring 5 goals last week, they've scored 6 here today, and without reply from Crawley Town. 8,658 people here to see it including 229 Crawley fans who are probably just as shell-shocked as me, because the final score here in Wiltshire at the County Ground is Swindon Town 6, Crawley Town 0.
Well, that's the full-time report from Gary Smith. Crawley down to 13th place in League Two. And as promised, after the match, Gary spoke to the Crawley Town boss, Scott Lindsay.
Scott, it's a very, very tough afternoon, and it's difficult to know exactly where to start with that one. I know the scoreboard says what the final score were. Swindon 6 goals better than your side this afternoon?
Yeah, there was, yeah. Like, no, there's no sugarcoating it or trying to dress it up. Yeah, there was. We were horrendous. Didn't take our chances early on in the game. We were disjointed. We didn't press properly. We didn't play well with the ball. We turned the ball over. I must have written every single player's name down in the first half. In terms of turnovers, we were loose with the ball, and you can't come to a place like this and play that poorly, because that's what happens. We were toothless, really, really toothless for me.
You did touch on it there, and we touched on it in the commentary as well. Do you feel it was a case of, if you'd taken your chances, their chances might not have come along? Did they take their chances when they came?
I'm bored of hearing that, if I'm honest with you. Ifs, buts and maybes mean nothing. You have to score, and we didn't, and they did. End of. I'm bored of hearing it.
Where'd you go from here, Scott? Is this going to be one of the toughest weeks, do you think, you've had as Crawley Town manager, to try and get the players sort of back after a game like this?
This isn't a tough week. This is nothing. This is nothing. Tough weeks are when you lose people in life. This is nothing. This is where I show my teeth and show what I'm about, and it's called hard work. I'll be rolling my sleeves up and making sure that we bounce back quickly, and we work hard. That's what we've got to do. We just got to work hard. You only get out of football what you're prepared to put into it, and today we didn't work hard enough and we got nothing from it.
And I guess overall, one bad result today doesn't suddenly make Crawley a bad side overnight, does it?
You're only as good as your last game, so yeah, it does. We were poor today, so yeah, we're a poor team at the moment.
So, disappointment for Crawley after an excellent start to the season, getting well beaten today, 6-0 at the County Ground against Swindon. Crawley down to 13th in League Two. Let's turn to National League South. Eastbourne Borough in action this afternoon. Long trip for Truro all the way to Sussex. Let's get a report on that game from Kevin Anderson.
Well, let's start with Worthing, whose terrific early season campaign continued today with a 2-0 win on the road at Dover Athletic. Nicky Wheeler's early 30-yard strike plus Rhys Meekam's late cross shot sealing the points to keep Adam Hinshelwood's side at the very top of National South. Eastbourne Borough, though, slipped to a third successive defeat and actually slipped into the bottom 4 with a frustrating afternoon at home to Truro. Mark Beard's side are full of running, full of pass and move, but once again they had little strike threat. After a first half of very few chances, Borough should have gone ahead on the hour mark, Alfie Bridgman seeing his first shot blocked on the goal line and somehow hooking his follow-up wide. The Cornish visitors, who looked as though they'd be more than content with a point, actually grabbed a 74th minute winner with only their second shot on target. A sort of Barnes-Wallace bouncer down and up and past keeper Ben Dudzinski and into the far corner. Eastbourne absolutely piled on the pressure, but Truro absolutely put bodies on the line and held on for a 1-0 victory. Mark Beard's side must start again on Monday at Chelmsford City.
Well, they will indeed. So a good day for Worthing, as Kevin was saying, top of National League South. We're just unbeaten so far. Eastbourne Borough, the disappointing defeat today. And after the game, Kevin spoke to the Eastbourne Borough manager, Mark Beard.
Well, Mark Beard, Eastbourne Borough manager, I suppose it was always going to be a learning curve. And there have been one or two hiccups so far.
Yeah, and but I don't want to keep saying that either. So that's 3 defeats on the bounce, and I can't keep coming here and saying we're still a learning curve, we're still building, because at the end of the day, as a management, as a team, I keep saying we're creating chances, we're like out possession any team, but we're not taking them chances. So I said to the forwards, I've entrusted them, trusted like the midfielders or wingers, we just haven't been chipping in goals. So do I have to go out and get forward? Probably yes. I think that's the one thing that we're probably that one who's got that killer instinct and ruthlessness. Because at the minute we're doing, like, the forwards are doing too much stuff outside of the box, and when balls are going in the box, they're not there. So it's a bit huff and puff at the minute. It's so frustrating because, like, I don't think there's been any team that's absolutely dominated. It's like a set piece or it's a counter attack. It's just like goals that we've probably given to them. So no one's really absolutely battered us yet. So that's the frustrating thing, because we've always been in the game.
Yeah, I mean, you already knew the National South pretty well, and is it this sort of league where, you know, big, strong, I nearly said ugly teams are the ones that come out on top?
Not necessarily. I mean, because we got promoted with Dorking, playing the same style of football, but what we had Jason Pryor and Alfie Rutherford who could score the goals. Yeah. Played exactly the same way. Weren't big, strong. Like we had Briggs, Max Shane, players who were small, technical, same as what we got here. So we're playing the same way, but as I say, at the minute, for one reason or another, the end product isn't there. Like we've had 3-4 chances to win any game today, and that's just the frustrating thing.
And there's always another game, which happens to be Chelmsford on Monday. But
yeah, and there's no easy games, and we've taken on more injuries. So again, like we've had an injury in the first minute to our captain, another injury in the 25th minute to Steph. So there's been a bit of adversity now, but that's not an excuse. We kept going and got hit in the counter attack.
So that's the Eastbourne Borough manager Mark Beard talking to Kevin Anderson. Eastbourne Borough, not a great start to the season. They're fourth bottom and in the early season relegation. Well, despite the fact it's the football season, it is still the cricket season as well. And actually, looking at the weather here today, it's very much cricket weather with lovely blue skies above the Amex Stadium. Not a great competition though for Sussex in the 50-over competition. They lost 7 of their 8 matches, and really their whole season now hinges on the final 4 county championship matches, the first of which starts next Sunday up in the northeast when Sussex play Durham. However, after the last defeat, the final group match of the 50-over competition, they lost to Warwickshire, and after the game I spoke to the Sussex batter Tom Alsop.
Disappointing thing, I think, lads all sitting up there, is that we just haven't been able to make more games finish in that kind of fashion throughout the competition, because like you say, it's great to watch, but it's also brilliant to be part of games like that.
It all hung in the balance there. That catch from Zach, I mean, talk us through that, and you know, his reaction, your reaction at the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, we thought we had the last wicket at that LBW of Crocombe, really. Everyone was fairly confident about it, so whether or not it should still be out there, but then, like you say, we got to try and take our catches. I think it's Zach's unfortunate position. It's nightmare to field out there with the sun constantly in your eyes and stuff like that. Nobody means to drop him, so yeah.
And I guess ironic that it's Danny Briggs who scores the runs. I guess someone who you would know from your days at Hampshire as well.
Yeah, absolutely. No, he's obviously a fine cricketer. He's a really nice gentleman as well. So yeah, I mean, obviously the Sussex guys would have been a bit more, or known him a bit more, but yeah.
But just tell us a performance. Where did that performance come from, Tom? Because there's no question it's been a really disappointing campaign.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's no doubt we've all acknowledged that. You know, we haven't kidded ourselves at all. We've not been at the races at all, really. Both disciplines, I think, for being brutally honest. But I think it was a case of this morning we all came together. There was absolutely nothing to lose, everything to kind of gain with bat and ball. And it looked like we just kind of enjoyed it a bit more as well. And obviously, with the bat, we gave ourselves a score, a total to defend. And then obviously we found ways of taking wickets. So much more enjoyable playing games like that.
And how important as well, Tom, with this big game coming up at Durham in the Championship, to go into that game with a feeling that at least Sussex have competed today?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're all looking forward to a bit of a break. It's been pretty intense schedule the whole year up to this point, so I think we've got about 5 days where guys can get away and rest, and bowlers can put their feet up and stuff like that. But yeah, absolutely. And then we come back full focus on Durham and finishing the Championship in the year really well.
And that game starts next Sunday up in the northeast of England. Full commentary, of course, on the BBC website. The Brighton players are out as the Town players make those out. I wonder, Warren, whether there might have been a few stern words from Mr. Deserby at half-time.
Well, I don't think it's stern words. I just think you have to, because they're very organised, aren't they? And Alvarez is unbelievable. I said these two centre-halves of the week, Lincoln. they're on cigar land, aren't they? They're sitting back because Alvarez can play. He's a good football player in them. He's just shielding them too. So you need to move the ball quicker. So can we do that? Let's hope we can.
Well, let's rejoin our commentary team. Warren Aspinall, former Albion striker, summarising your match. Commentator Johnny Cantor.
Thanks very much, Adrian. So West Ham kick us off in this first half, in this second half, leading by a goal to nil. Lucas Paquetá gets us underway. Slight change with that one alteration by West Ham in the first half, and the back pass there from Estupiñán was a bit short. It's got away there. Sorry, we couldn't quite see there because people were taking their seats in the Tunnel Club area. In fact, there's no one there in their seats at the moment. And here's Emerson drilling it forward, away by Milner. Turned into a good pass there to Solly March, who's hugging that touchline, trying to check in on his left side. Brought down, Anthony Taylor blows his whistle for a kick. What are you looking for in the early stages of this first second and a half, Warren? Sorry.
Well, move the ball quicker in the final third. Create space for others, willing runners, but at the moment we started the second half quite well because we're moving it quickly.
Well, here's Lewis Dunk with the first time ball to Mitoma. He has moved it quickly. He's down by the byline, running into the box. Shifts it, back post, downward header, brilliant save by Areola to deny Evan Ferguson, who did everything right. Downward, power, and Areola saves on a half volley. Swung back in by Milner, another chance here for Welbeck, comes off the top of the head of the defender. Mitoma lobs it back in. And Ferguson tried to spin and turn, and in the process fouled up on a free kick for West Ham. Bright start from the Seagulls in this second half. Evan Ferguson coming close to an equaliser.
Yeah, it's a wonderful cross. Mitoma on get up back post. You have to finish it, no matter what, Johnny. 7 yards out for a header. It's just he's not headed it into the corner, he's headed it down, so he gets the keeper a bit more chance. Yeah, you need to put that in the back of the net.
I mean, he's probably had the two best chances, hasn't he, Warren? A turn and swivel that he shot that maybe didn't quite go in the corner, and then that header there. So confident. I swung him into my fantasy football team this week, but he hasn't managed to get on the score sheet so far. But promising signs at the start of the second half for Evan Ferguson and the Albion. Gross, 20 yards inside the West Ham half. Crossfield ball, so Fowl manages to hook it away and gets it to Bowen. A little bit lucky, really. And now he looks to go forward, trying to get Antonio in behind. He's got it past Dunk. Across comes Webster, trying to hold Antonio up, but he's that big frame of his to shield it, then lays it back there to Paquetá outside the left boot. Estupiñán is there, cuts it out, up there to Ferguson. He looks to try and turn, then checks, goes back to Gilmore. He ushers Gross forward now. Can they find some pace going forward? Welbeck, nice touch to get it away from the defender. Edge of the box, shoots, deflected wide for a corner.
Better start, isn't it? Moving the ball quickly. 12 strikers there. Daniel Welbeck shoved off Kufal very easily. Coming from one end to the other and gets it shot away, but it's blocked again. There are so many blocks in this first half.
Yes, countless blocks. I mean, haven't been brilliant from corners in this game so far, but Pascal Gross has got an opportunity here, down the Albion left. Again, that right arm is up in the air. Nobody apart from Estupiñán in or around the box. Mitoma brings it down his chest, fires it straight over the bar. Very tight angle to score from there. Would have been asking a lot. Better delivery though, and a really good start to this second half for the Albion.
I think the better delivery, Johnny, but I think Mitoma has to chest it. He's chested it too far in front of him, and he had to wait for it to come down.
And therefore he gets underneath it and sends it over the bar. Good chance in the first couple of minutes. And reminding the referee that Areola is certainly taking his time, and the clearance is headed down by Dunk, or by Alvarez. Quite impressed by him just sitting in front of the back four today. He's been very good. I mean, he cost a lot of money for my ex.
And when you think they saw Rice, but they bought him and Ward-Prowse, and probably got 40 million in the bank, I think they'll be happy, West Ham.
Yeah, not a bad bit of business. Declan Rice going for just under the cost of Moises Caicedo, who helped Chelsea to victory last night. What can his former club do here? They're trailing by a goal to nil if you're just joining us on BBC Radio Sussex. It was James Ward-Prowse in the first half. And now looking to find inroads in this second half. They've already tested Areola. Stupinian taking it away from Jared Bowen, who's been relatively quiet in the game so far. Webster hoisting it high, finding Mitoma. Brings it down, waits for Stupinian to go on the outside, but squares it for Gilmore. Gilmore thought about bringing Gross into play, but he's nudged it away to Milner. Nice ball to Gross on the edge of the box. Back to goal, goes wide. March, back to Gross by the byline, fizzes it in near post. Enough of an angle to give any Albion players a chance before Areola could dive on the ball.
But he needs to pull that a little bit back, Johnny. It's more or less gone straight, hasn't he? He's not got his foot round it, it's gone straight.
Yeah, it's
Can't ask him too much for your strikers to get in front of the goalkeeper there.
Yeah, who's actually positioned quite well. But Albion won it back through Milner. Gilmore onto the edge of the box. Here's Welbeck, left-footed, lays it off. Estupinian takes a touch. Shoulder to shoulder there, I think, by Paquetá. Goal kick.
Never a penalty. I think you have to do more than that, Estupinian. I think he knows what he's done there.
He's soaring through the air, isn't he?
Yeah.
He takes a touch. Paquetá comes in. I don't think David Coope will be looking at that for very long. Areola takes the goal kick to Zuma. Zuma in short to Alvarez. Alvarez under pressure, gives it away. Mitoma pounces, lays it to the edge of the box. Ferguson rolling it on for Welbeck. Welbeck delivers it back to the edge of the D. Here's Gross, left-footed, deflected and spinning wide. Welbeck goes to pick it up, down by the left corner flag. Positive 6 minutes at the beginning of this second half. There's the Cruyff turn from Gross. It's really the Gross turn. He's got it back there. Plays it against Sofal. Out for another corner. Amextrad trying to G on their side to try and take it to the next level. And get an equaliser. Gross, short to Estupinian. Gets it back. Edge of the area. Mitoma. Just wonder whether Ferguson was lacking a bit of confidence to pull the trigger on the edge of the box earlier. Here's Mitoma. Curling cross, easily dealt with. Away there by Ogbonna. Gilmore is the last person back, and he's forced into a mistake there by Saeed Benrahma.
Yeah, it's poor cross, isn't it, from Mitoma? You need to get the ball. We're still trying to feed them and get beyond them that way. Sometimes you have to catch them on the surprise, Johnny, don't you? Put an early ball in.
Yeah, something a little bit different might be required if Albion are going to get themselves back level. They still trail by a goal to nil despite a promising start to this second period. As West Ham try and go forward through Emerson. Blocked there by March. Ferguson, back to March. Square to Gilmore. On the diagonal in there to Welbeck. Just took enough of the ball there, I think, Kurt Zuma. The referee Anthony Taylor was happy enough with it, but here come West Ham on the break. Benrahma feeding Jared Bowen. Bowen creeping into the box, comes off dunk, and then he fires the shot wide. I don't think he thought it was coming back to him, but again, a little bit fortunate there as well. And this is the danger. You force 7.5 minutes of pressure, suddenly West Ham break and cause you problems.
Oh yeah, but you have to be aware of that, Johnny, don't you? The centre-half's won a fair challenge and he's got the ball again and then played it forward again quickly. Cuts out 3 of Brighton players and you won against 1.
Dunk trying to play it in behind Sofal, who's retreating towards his own goal. He gets there first before Mitoma, back passes it to Areola, who clears. Comes off the toe of Paquetá, one back by Gilmore. He's had another good game in the heart of the Albion midfield. Not much space to work in. Albion come down the left through Dunk. Dunk feeding Mitoma, who's had some opportunities. And just need to keep giving him the ball, I think. Keep attacking Sofal. Here's Gilmore through the middle, midway through the West Ham half. Square to Gross. Gross on the right. Back to Webster. Little short 15-yard pass now to Dunk. Dunk creeping forward. Paquetá comes towards him. And there's not much movement. There's nowhere really to go. Webster, he curls it to the edge of the box. Zuma just clears. That's a wasted ball, isn't it?
It's a wasted ball, Johnny. But our centre forwards are coming deeper and deeper and deeper. You need to pull them, push them back. Play on the shoulder of the centre backs, give them a problem. If you go short.
Well, and also they've got Alvarez sitting there as well, so it doesn't really help. The key, I think, is the wide men, March and Mitoma. March is on the ball now. Cross into the middle of the pitch, down along the ground to Mitoma. Stupinian's gone outside. Mitoma releases the Ecuadorian left back. Get a little nibble from Paquetá there. Dunk trying to help out. Gross is in the middle, but it's aimed towards Welbeck. Comes off his shoulder. Back by Alvarez to his keeper. No back passes, the referee.
It's not a back pass, and he's trying to hit it over his head. It's gone probably off his studs. But again, no Brighton player reacting, is there? No Welbeck.
Areola dropped the ball in the first half, virtually on his own goal line, but there was no one there for the Albion. They've been wanting a handball. They didn't get it, but it's given back to them by West Ham. That long ball, and Antonio, who hasn't quite been as effective as he was in the first 15-20 minutes. Trying to win it back off Gilmour, but Gilmour darting through, gets to the middle, gets it back from Dunk, sliding it forward towards March. The clearance there bypasses Evan Ferguson. Again, a little bit of fortune there for West Ham. They had it a fair bit. Milner tracking back. And it's a free kick for West Ham. Antonio grabbed the ball there, assuming that he would get the free kick, and Anthony Taylor obliged.
It looked offside. But you can't be offside if...
They're taking it quickly, trying to get it down the left. Shot comes in, skims off the top of the crossbar, I think, from Emerson Royale. Well, trying to catch Albion unawares. It was taken quickly out to the wide touchline. Little ball in, took a touch, fizzed it in, certainly didn't hit the crossbar. All Albion's possession. West Ham come the closest. That time it's from the left back. There's Dunk, dinking it over in behind Sofal. Good run by Estupiñán. Left side of the box. Rolls it in there to Welbeck, prods it back to Mitoma. Gilmour steers it across to March. March rolling it down the line to Gross. He backheels it, away by Alvarez. Another chance for March to go again down that right. Everybody bomb Antonio inside the West Ham box, and it's cleared, and it goes to Antonio, who releases side Benrahma. Webster goes across to halfway to try and stop him in his tracks. Tries to go on the outside. He clipped it in play there, the substitute, and he's taken on two Albion defenders. Gets away near side, pulled in there, away by Dunk, falls for Benrahma again, to the edge of the box to Paquetá, brings it down, volleys, straight at Verbruggen. Certainly the game is opening up. Every time Albion go forward, West Ham look for the break.
I'd just like to see Solly Marshall a little bit more, Johnny.
He's a bit safe.
Yeah, he's been very safe today. I mean, this silent, the corner was getting after his fullback, trying to make things happen.
Here's Mitoma, he's trying to make something happen from the left, running into the box, pulls it in, it's deflected. Chance for Gilmour, urge to shoot, doesn't, but he pulls it in there to Gross. He hooks it back towards the box, but cleared by a clutch of West Ham players, all there to block and deny Albion again as Antonio releases Benrahma. Webster trying to get back into position. Dunk is back too. Bowen making a beeline for the back post, curled in towards him now. Estupiñán let him run, and he's paid for it. Jared Bowen took a touch, prodded it past Verbruggen, and West Ham double their lead. Albion 0, West Ham 2.
Well, what he's done, Johnny, Jared Bowen defensively, he's been excellent, trying to double up and help his fullback out, Kufal. But he's brought forward there, he's running inside Estupiñán, and Estupiñán's carried on running inside, and he's just dropped off. He's got fell to his back post. But you ask him a bit more from your centre backs here. Webster.
Yeah, but Reiner got in between the two of them, held him up initially.
But close him down then.
It's a lovely curl ball to Bowen, who scored that goal that won them the Europa Conference League final. Could he have won it for West Ham today with that second goal? Changes of foot. João Pedro and Adam Lallana preparing to come on.
But like you say, Johnny, he's worked ever so hard defending.
Well, I actually said we haven't really heard much of him.
No.
We'll wait and see who does come off. I think it's going to be Danny Welbeck.
Substitution for the Albion coming on. Number 18, Danny Welbeck.
We'll wait and see what happens with Lallana. Hasn't happened really for Danny Welbeck, but both him and Ferguson have been starved of any space. And Billy Gilmour coming off. Doesn't look too happy. maybe Lallana's got that creativity, Warren.
Yeah, he might have, but the formation has changed now. Well, we've got 5 attacking players on the pitch.
Well,
so we're going to leave ourselves open.
Yeah.
You have to do better as a centre half now. I think Webster has to close the ball down. He didn't do that. He let Ben Rama stop him and pick Jadabon on the back post.
Yeah, certainly didn't do enough, did he? And he made Albion pay. Ferguson nudging it forward to João Pedro, tries to back it heel to Ferguson, but cut out there by Zuma. He runs into a bit of traffic, and now Lallana with his first touch, right side of the box for the Albion. To Milner. These two, of course, used to play together, know each other's game really well. Now he tries to go into the middle. Lotz comes back for Lewis Dunk. He's going to sweep it to the left, but the angle has been cut off by Sofal, so they push on the right again. Milner on the ground into the feet there of March. Back heel, cross goal from João Pedro. Another out-foot stretch clearance by Kurt Zuma, who's done a decent job really today. Out of play it goes, and it'll be a West Ham throw, I think. Stupinian has twisted there, maybe hurt himself in the process. Now it's going to go Albion's way. Well, so Pedro is operating in that sort of 10 role. Maybe those little touches, those little flicks, one might just come off to get Albion back in the game. 2-0 they trail. Webster. Ball back there to Lewis Dunk. Off goes Milner, making a run. Dunk tries to seek him out, but it's straight down the throat of Alphonse Areola. Quarter of an hour played then in this second half, and Albion 2-0 down.
You speak about this quite a lot, Johnny, don't we? When teams sit in against us and breaking them down, and we find it very hard, don't we?
Sort of feel like the first goal in Albion games is even more crucial than others. But here's March touching onto Ferguson, hits it early. Comes off Ogbonna, spinning away as Emerson puts the ball out of play.
It's just unbelievable how many times we shoot, Johnny, and we hit one of their players.
Yeah.
Was it good defending?
It's just the sheer number of players, isn't it, in front of the ball. Here's March, on the overlap is Milner, taking it to the byline. Goal kick. Come off the Albion player.
See, there's no need to take another touch there. Then just whip it in.
Yeah, send it in. Could we also say that maybe Albion's chances, the one for Ferguson, the spinning shot, the header, Welbeck's deflected shot, maybe they could have done better?
Especially Ferguson could have done better. That's for sure with his header. It's a massive chance.
I mean, good to head it down into the ground, but
he's taking all the pace off it, heading it then into the ground.
Yeah. Well, looks like an injury to Emerson, but he seems to be okay. Anthony Taylor now returning to the middle of the pitch. Let's see if there's a slight change in the formation. Roberto De Zerbi just trying to indicate something there, but the long ball out has found Bowen. Bowen through the middle to Antonio. Antonio holding it up, spins away from Webster again, tucks it home. It's a fine finish, and surely it's curtains for the Seagulls, who trail by 3-0.
Well, it's a long kick here from the goalkeeper. Jadabon straight to his feet. He just found him into Antonio's feet. He swivelled. Webster left for dead. It's too easy. Miles to defending from Webster, and then on that occasion it's poor defending. But it's gone over stooping head. It's a lovely. It's a kick from the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Halfway line. Good touch.
It is a good touch, and it is a good ball forward. Antonio still had a little bit of work to do, but Webster's right behind him.
Where are you going? Where's Webster going? He's got to get the shopping, Johnny, hasn't he? It's too easy to turn him there.
You've got to feel a bit for Bart Verbruggen, haven't you, really? Because I don't think he's had the protection.
Well,
not much he could have done with the last two.
No.
Well, Albion feeling it here. By no means have they been at their best, but it maybe is a little bit flattering.
Well, I spoke about it in the podcast, Johnny. But they have 24%, didn't I say, against Chelsea, scored 3 goals. Yeah. This is the way they're going to play. And they only had 10 men last week, didn't they?
Yes,
but they hit them on the counter-attack, Chelsea. That's what they've done with us.
Well,
but that's too easy. That's just a goal kick from the keeper. Brought it down on the halfway line, and so 3 touches, it's back of the net. 3 players involved.
Well, still plenty of time for the Albion, but they've got a lot of work to do. They need to find a goal from somewhere, and they need to find it fast. And again, with this disciplined West Ham defence who are moving Albion right and left. Here's Milner, he sent in a good cross. Big leap by João Pedro. Headed away there by Zuma. Albion won a free kick, not given there by Anthony Taylor, but Pedro just getting up to his feet. Still in the box. Gross over to the near side. Mitoma firing it in with pace. Again, first person to it is Zuma. I don't think they've attacked the ball enough when the ball has gone into the box today. They've won a corner. Adam Lallana trying to make a difference over there on the far side. They've taken it short. Roll back there to Gross. Gross, right side of the box. Skips inside of Mantoni. Hits it low. And it's just pushed behind there by Areola at his near post. Creeping through a crowd of players.
So again, when called upon, it's a good save from the goalkeeper. I mean, 3 vital saves today, Johnny. The goalkeeper.
Here's the corner, finding by March. Big leap down there, and a good header by Lewis Dunk, but it's parried away again. There's an offside in there, so it wouldn't have counted.
It's offside because it's got back
afterwards. Yeah, I think it was afterwards actually. Well, it was Solly March perhaps.
Solly March has been too lazy not to get back on side.
Well, so many times we asked for the Albion centre, it's actually Mitoma who's offside. But hugely disappointing for the Seagulls. Well, I suppose one of the worries, Warren, is that other teams see this and they come with a similar game plan.
Well, yeah.
It has been executed very well by David Moyes and his side, but all the same, 82% possession so far in the game, and they trail 3-0. Bowen over the top down the left to Ben Rama. Ben Rama down by the left corner flag. Up against Milner. Rolls it into the box. Emerson arriving. Marches back there to defend. Oh, left by Milner, and a chance here for West Ham on the edge of the box. Hit by Ward-Prowse. Straight over Bruggen. To release it quickly, but changed his mind and played it short. Rolled it short out there to Lewis Dunk. Quarter of the game still remaining on BBC Radio Sussex. 3-0 Albion trail. Not often that we have said that.
What David Moyes has got, as we said, better be very organised. They have been out of possession, Johnny, that's for sure. Work the socks off.
Forward it goes to João Pedro. Takes it on his chest. Doesn't get the shot away, and in comes Ward-Prowse. Good initial play there by the Brazilian. And the play it goes for West Ham throw. Well, Albion have drawn blank, and they've scored in each of their last 18 Premier League games, Warren. And we can't complain, they've already scored 8, but haven't looked convincing in front of goal today. I say they haven't looked like scoring, that's not right, but haven't looked like quite the conviction at times required to break through, but maybe they can here as João Pedro feeds Ferguson. Ferguson trying to wriggle away, appeals to handball. It might have been a foul, but Matoma's latched onto it on the edge of the box, goes in there. It was Ward-Prowse who was leaning in, waved away by Anthony Taylor.
Anthony Taylor's got a great view, but I still think there's a touch from...
Well, I'll come back to something in a minute, Warren. Something that you pointed out that you don't like, and I'm starting to really dislike it as well. It's West Ham clear to the near touchline, headed down by Jarrod Bowen. When the referee wags his finger, it's a bit like it's an indication to the VAR official to say, this is definitely not, and don't challenge it.
Yeah.
Because then if he wags it away and says no, no, no with his finger, if it is checked, it looks a lot worse for the referee. A lot of talk about Mike Dean, of course, in the week. Here's Webster seeking out Mitoma. Outside the right boot, onto the chest of Ferguson, who were in to thump it away.
Well, this is the same referee he didn't want to send to the VAR monitor, isn't it? Mr. Taylor, who's his friend.
Now, here is March. Emerson in front of him, down the right side of the box. Milner with a bit of space, drags it back on the angle. Lallana, chance to get it under control. Ferguson tried to just pirouette off the ball. Just needed someone to have a go, I think.
Well, Lallana has a shot there, 10 yards inside in their 18-yard box. You have to pull the trigger.
I mean, at times it's been crowded, but at times there seems to be a slight reluctance to shoot. Maybe because there's been so many blocks. Here's Mitoma cutting in from the left. Square it goes, back by Gross to Dunk, wide to the left. Estupinian whips it in, headed away by Alvarez. Cyber and Ramu with good technique to bring it under control, and Emerson takes it wide. March brings him down, a foul and a free kick. Simon Adingra is going to come on for the Albion.
Well, we need something else, don't we? And sorry, March, I think we're making way for Adingra. But you have to watch that. We'll watch it again.
Just looking back at when...
No, it's not a penalty. Just put his foot up. Shielded the ball.
Yeah. I think he just gets ahead of him and just plants his foot near Prowse, and then he runs into him. So Veltman's going to come on as well, so the double change. As you say, I think it'll probably be March and maybe Milner. Here's Paquetá for West Ham, lobbing it over the top. Antonio onside, chests it down and sends it over the bar from about 6 yards out. It may have hurt Verbruggen in the process. The two of them collided. They're both down on the ground. Verbruggen now getting up to his feet. He's already collided with Thomas Soucek, who's gone off, and now Antonio looks like he may be injured.
But again, he's just run off Webster. It's too easy.
Yeah, I mean, sort of 4
this could
yards
be a penalty,
away.
Johnny.
So he chests it. Yeah.
James Milner.
It is Milner to make way for Veltman. And Solly March, the other person to go off, as predicted by Warren.
Number 34, Joel Veltman. Also coming off, number 7, Solly March. Solly replaced by number 24, Simon Adingra.
So let's see what Simon Adingra can do. Perch over on the right hand side, Mitoma will stay on the left. Well, we talked about all these different options that Roberto De Zerbi's got. He said he'd give people chances. You never know, we may see changes. Of course, they're at home again next weekend. Another 5:30 kickoff. A tough assignment against Newcastle United. They play Liverpool tomorrow. Here's Webster. I think the concern will be defensively as well, Warren.
Yeah, for sure.
They haven't been tight enough, really. He's just talked about it. Give Ben Rama, Antonio and Bo in space. Here is Adingra over on the right side of the box. Cuts it back for Veltman. Two exchange passes again. It's a bit slow in the build-up. Thought he could have whipped it in early there, Adingra. Here's Dunk into his right foot, middle of the pitch, middle of the West Ham half. Now Webster fires it in with pace, headed away by Zuma, trying to get it in there towards João Pedro. Ferguson, nice play, gets it to Pedro, back to Gross, into the edge of the D. Lallana turns, getting it to Ferguson, runs into Paquetá, brushes him off, looks to try and turn, no way through, so he uses Gross, he calmly plays it to the left, using Estupinian. João Pedro. That was intended for Lallana, but Mitoma got in the way. Here's João Pedro. Every West Ham player inside the box. Dunk 5 yards outside of it. Using Gross. Gross. Nowhere to go. Has to go to the right. Webster pushing it wide to Adingra. Adingra now. Off he goes. Running to the edge of the box. They get the shot away. Powers it in. Comes off the chest of Sofal. Bowen tried to take it away, but it's won back by the Albion. Down the left comes Estupinian. Estupinian used to drill it back in field. Adingra popped up on the left here, and he's found Mitoma. Nice exchange. Back to João Pedro. Good run by Adam Lallana, but it's sent over him, and it's sent over Veltman, and it's a goal kick.
Tippy-tappy football, Johnny. Nothing, no end product. Again, against a run of play. He hit you on the break, but when you think Duncan, Webster, marshalling Antonio, and he's given him a runaround.
Yeah. Well, a long clearance by Zuma. Forward comes Webster, heading it in there to Lallana. Nicely played on the half volley to Gross. Gross. 5 yards forward to Ferguson. He rolls it over to Adingra. He's seen a lot of the ball since coming on. A couple of little step overs. Drags it back, wanting someone to come on the angle there. It was opening up. Dunk maybe saw it, but it's too far away from him. And West Ham clear it up. Tidying it up on that left flank. Here comes Emerson. Up the pitch he goes. They're flooding forward. They've got one over on the right. Estupiñán commits. Loses out. Benrahma. There's three in the middle. Albion exposed here. Benrahma pulls it across. Left by the two in the middle. Didn't make its way through to Bowen. We get numbers in the box there. Albion hoping for an offside, which hasn't happened. Tilo Kehrer is going to come on in a short while. Still not out though. Shouts of Olé from the West Ham fans behind that goal on our right-hand side. And Paquetá's going to take it to the corner flag. We do still have 15 minutes, but I guess he's trying to make time. And he's run a corner.
Yeah, what we're doing now, Johnny, 10 fans behind the goal. Just top of the league singing this, and the players are playing onto it, aren't they? Showbolting.
Well, we'll wait for the change. Looks like, is that Kevin Nolan there talking to Tilo Kehrer? It's about how they're going to restructure. But first up, Albion have got another corner to defend. Another corner that will be taken by James Ward-Prowse. Scored in the 2-2 draw here against Southampton last season. Scored here today to get things going for West Ham. He takes the corner from the left, in at the near post, headed away by Webster. Dingra clears. Chasing back is Sofal. Plays it back inside his own half to Areola. He's had a couple of saves to make in the game. Hasn't really been stretched. Estupiñán heads it back to Bruggen. Maybe some of the headlines will be that he conceded 3 on his debut and Albion have won their first 2 games, but I don't think we can be too critical of the young Dutch keeper.
No, he hasn't been protected, has he?
No. Just allowed them too much space. I think Albion's 2 centre-backs have allowed the attackers just a couple of extra yards. Here's Lallana finding Ferguson. Ferguson outside the edge of the box again. Lots of touches. Brings Gross into play. He tries to slip in João Pedro. Bowen spotted the danger. Forward. Dunk intercepts. Pulls it to the left. Here comes Estupiñán. 8 yards outside the box. To the left-hand side. Mitoma now. With a chance to go on the outside. No. Curls it back post. Headed away there by Emerson. Veltman challenging Said Benrahma. Benrahma going back towards the corner flag. Trying to put West Ham under pressure here. And it's won by Adingra. Working hard. Comes back for Gross. Gross sends in the cross. Doesn't get it beyond Sofal. Trying to find Mitoma at the back post. Albion still pushing. You get one, maybe they might get a bit shaky. But I have to say, they haven't really created a chance in the last 10 minutes. BBC Radio Sussex, Albion 3-0 down. Mitoma on the outside is João Pedro. 2 defenders go with him, but he slips in between the gap. He wanted a free kick, he didn't get it. Anthony Taylor told him to get up. To be honest, I think he was away and up and running. I think it would have been a soft free kick, Warren, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, he stopped really, but he's on the ball again now and he's attacking the edge of the area. Trying to square it there. Gave it away. Gross wins it back. Pushes it to the right. Adingra's there. Lallana goes on the outside. Adingra comes back inside. Gross hits it. Carried away by Areola. Nice height, as they say, for the keeper. Very comfortable save.
These shots on target for Areola, he's making the saves, but they're all within reach of him, aren't they? I think he's just
you
playing
and me
for the
could
cameras.
say that, couldn't we? Kehrer coming on. And it's Antonio to make way.
It's Virgil, he's played a lone fellow up front, but he's given them 2 centre-backs an hour time.
He has. I mean, he's started the season well, hasn't he? Maybe had a little bit of respite after what was a very busy season, and they will be quite well equipped, I would have thought, to go into the Europa League this season with Albion and Liverpool. Looking for 7 points from 9. Albion will have 6 as it stands at the moment. What can they do from this corner? Gross is going to take it from the left. Swings it in. No Albion player at the near post. Comfortable header away by Alvarez. João Pedro trying to get to the second ball, but it's lofted over the top. Benrahma up against Adingra. Adingra does well. Held him up, but Benrahma stood strong. Nudges it on there to Ward-Prowse. Back heel, Benrahma. Back to Ward-Prowse, right side, shoots, parried, deflected, comes off at the top of the crossbar, and Verbruggen catches. Well, they're living dangerously. Now Albion go on the break for a change. Mitoma driving up the middle of the pitch.
But you've got 2, 4, 6, 7 West Ham players who've made it all the way back, and we've got nobody up front.
And a shot from distance with his left foot from Ferguson is rather tame.
Mitoma ran forward, but then they run past Mitoma, running with the ball, and got the shape back so quickly. It's just a masterclass from Moisey, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Sometimes it's not pretty. It's certainly been effective today. And in the second half for them, they've hit the crossbar twice as well, and they're 3-0 up. Gross forward into the right channel. Lallana to Veltman. There's Gross, drag it onto his right foot, shoots and scores. It's a sweet strike from Pascal Gross, who becomes Albion's top Premier League goal scorer with 27. But his focus is now to try and get Albion back into this game. They pulled one back, it's 3-1 to West Ham. They've got 10 minutes plus added on time.
Well, it's a shot from distance, isn't it? And that's what you have to do, Johnny. We've not done that. We've been trying to tippy-tappy football in and around box for the last 10-15 minutes since we went 3-0 down. But sometimes you just have to pull the trigger. They're not going to block every shot. And there, it's gone in the bottom corner, giving the keeper no chance.
Well, I did say, Warren, didn't I? If they get one, you just never know. A little bit disappointed to see quite a few Albion fans already disappearing, really, but here come West Ham, up the middle of the pitch. Emerson. So Powell, the way he was going to get to that is a poor pass, but it's a mistake, and Albion maybe, just maybe, see an opening here. They said they'd only failed to score once, and they now need to score 2 in the final. It's going to be at least 15 minutes. Here's Mitoma wriggling away from Paquetá, who must be tiring. João Pedro, he's lively, he's only just come on. Here's Estupinian. And they beat some width. Just drags it back, using Dunk. Apologises for not getting it wide, but Webster now. Veltman went inside. Adingra, back to Veltman, a couple of yards outside the box on that right flank. Gross in field, Lewis Dunk, moving the ball, right to left, Estupinian to the edge of the D. Gross brings it into João Pedro. He shoots, that's deflected, out for a corner.
You just have to keep pushing, don't you? Yeah. And when you get in there on that box, pull the trigger.
But also, when you talked about how hard the West Ham have worked, maybe they'll start to tire. They're taking the corner short. Gross to João Pedro. Back to Gross again. Edge of the box, Estupinian. Gross, they're backing off him there. He's pushed Estupinian wide, but came off so foul. Well, Albion want a handball. Anthony Taylor says no, it's a natural position, I think, is the debate. Oh, well, certainly, he puts his hand, which is planted on the ground. Yeah, Anthony Taylor's made his decision, though. And the way that he's doing it, well, Albion are going to take the corner quickly. Goes to Estupinian. Oh, came off his wrong foot and completely missed it. Just snatched at it. What do you think about the penalty shout, Warren?
Well,
yeah, I'm just thinking, Lewis Dunk last week, with the last home game, came off his back and hit his hand in a similar position.
Yeah, but they're saying that you go to ground to cushion the fall.
To your body?
Yeah.
Yeah, so is it natural? Double change coming up for West Ham. Alvarez told to get off the pitch. Cornell's is going to come on. I think that looks like Danny Ings as well.
Substitution of West Ham, coming up number 19, it's Alvarez.
And it looks like Bowen is going to make way to...
No, Bowen said I think he's coming off, but...
Oh, he's just getting instructions, isn't he?
Also coming off, number 10, Paquetá, being replaced by number 18, Danny.
Yeah, Paquetá, who we said was tiring, didn't we?
Yeah.
And probably spotted by David Moyes as well. So Danny Ings will come on.
So...
Shame, because Albion have built up a bit of a head of steam there. You can't too critical of Pervis Estupinian, who's been so good at this season and at the end of the last. Now I make it, we've got 5 minutes left of normal time. We've seen a lot added on in these games. Webster forward with a header. Zuma away. Estupinian picks it up. Down the left channel. Here's Mitoma. I've been trying to get forward, but immediately West Ham behind the ball. João Pedro. It has looked lively. It's coming on. It's been given a free rein really to just move around the pitch on the edge of the box. His movement has been very good. Here's Mitoma. Trying to move Ward-Prowse away. Finds Pedro. Back to Mitoma. Immediately Anthony Taylor tells him to get up. It's very quick, isn't he, Anthony Taylor, to make his decision, and usually that decision has gone against the Albion. I think, to be fair, Mitoma just runs into him, so I don't think Albion can have too many complaints there. Areola taking his time here. It's going to be a good 6 or 7 minutes, I would have thought, to be added on.
Yeah, you can get another one quickly, Johnny.
Yeah, that's what I say, you get one and then panic stations. Ings play into the middle. Fornals, another substitute, swinging it across the pitch to Ben Rama. Ben Rama, a little step over into the box. Lallana retreating. Veltman kept it in play. Stand fans wanting a corner. They're not going to get it. Veltman now needs a bit of help. He needs an out ball. Headed there by Ogbonna. Down to the left again. West Ham coming in from that flank. To the edge of the box. Bowen. Tackled by João Pedro. Did really, really well indeed. Can they get up the pitch quickly? They need to. They're running out of time. Estupinian onto João Pedro. Maybe a little bit of space for him to run into here. Estupinian coming up on the outside. João Pedro plays him in now. Left foot across the ball. Zuma there to the rescue again. How many blocks has he made today?
Yeah.
Estupinian, I think, did everything right. He was trying to find Ferguson at the back post.
Zuma's been excellent, hasn't he?
He has. Another short corner. João Pedro to Pascal Gross. Gross. Take it away from Bowen. He pulls it back for Pedro. Estupinian, left corner of the box. Little touch into Lallana. Little 1-2. Dink ball to the back post. Hit on the volley. Oh, what a save! Unbelievable. What a strike that was. Beautiful delivery. Roberto De Zerbi throws a piece of string on the ground in frustration. Albion fans frustrated. Ball back into the box. Again, it's Zuma who clears. Estupinian gets to the edge of the area. Trying to play in his teammate there. He's got it back though. He's looking a bit leggy as Bowen takes it away. Bowen fouled by Mitoma. That'll be a free kick. It'll probably be a yellow card as well.
Yeah, it's a wonderful save. That, and you can see the centre half going up to the goalkeeper. Just reaction save, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Good strike from Veltman.
Yeah, Joel Veltman very, very close to scoring there. He's actually scored. He scored in the game, didn't he? In the 4-0 win with his chest down that same end. And he thought maybe he got Albion in with a chance there. That would have teed it up very nicely indeed. But Albion are still believing. Mitoma taking it forward. Ings trying to track back. Trying to get ahead of the defender who brings him down. Free kick. Kicked the ball, kicked away, so Kehrer is booked. Knew what he was doing there. Mitoma in full flow. Into the middle. Oh, the referee is waiting to write down the name in the book. Gross. Forward to João Pedro, turns, edge of the box, slips it in. Lallana, oh, that full stretch, never got it under control.
Don't think he was expecting it, Lallana, was he?
No, not a bad ball.
To be fair, I think he's too scared of stretching.
Yeah, maybe because of the old hamstrings. Yeah, maybe. Forward it goes by Areola, straight down to his opponent's goalkeeper, Verbruggen. João Pedro's made a difference, Warren.
Yeah, he has.
I think his movement, he seems to have, I mean, maybe West Ham are tiring, but he seems to have found spaces into the final 60 seconds of normal time. Albion 3-1 down. There's Webster. Cross to the left. Dunk. Using Pedro again. He gets the return from Gross. Might have to do it all on his own here. He's chasing towards goal. He goes in, looking for the 1-2 from Mitoma. Too close to his man, but he's won it back. Brushes off Bowen. Good work there by Karim Mitoma. Strong play. Gross, wide left. Stupinian creeping into the box. Back to João Pedro. Thought about a shot, turns onto his left side. Back on his right, clips it back post. Not put away there, but Bonner saw the second ball and volleyed it clear.
Again, reaction. When you send the forward, Ferguson.
On your toes, you need to be, don't you? Gross trying to seek out João Pedro. Gets in front of his man, came off the defender. Carer it was, to the right, so foul. Lumping it clear to halfway. Picked up by Webster. All eyes on the fourth official now.
That's for double figures, isn't it?
We'll wait and see. 6. Here's Stupinian from the left-hand side. Gets to the left corner of the box. Chipping it in. Took a deflection. Headed away. Beltman to the right. Adingra. Can he do something special here? Trying to pull it back to Gross. Fornals saw the danger and the angle ball. Out of play it goes. Albion throw. Taken quickly by Adingra. Lallana needs to turn. Get away from his man. A little short pass to Gross, who's approaching the middle of the pitch. Coming in from that right side. Back out it goes. Onto the right flank. Adingra. I'd like to see him take on his man if he can. Nothing to lose really at this stage of the game. Here's Dunk. On the left side of the box is Kaoru Mitoma. Taking on so foul. Flicks back to Estupinian. Curling it back post. Again, no one's there. West Ham player first to it. João Pedro's first control was poor. Fornals tries to take it clear. Webster will have to go back and retrieve. Time running out for the Albion. 5 more minutes of injury time to be played here on BBC Radio Sussex. 3-1 Albion trail. What a comeback it would be if they could eke out another goal quickly. Here's João Pedro. Back to Mitoma. Edge of the box, left side. Angle ball in there to Ferguson. Looks up, shoots. Oh, it's parried onto the crossbar. Hit with venom by Evan Ferguson. And Areola deflects it up onto the crossbar behind for a corner.
I think that's a great reaction and save, isn't it?
Well, really coming good, but is it too late? Got hold of that one, Evan Ferguson.
He's on for power, but
again, it's looking good. Maybe made it look better than it really was, but he won't care. David Moyes won't care. What can Albion do from the resulting corner? They're pushing hard. And then a shaky couple of minutes. If they can just score, someone to rise to the occasion here. Pedro near the near post. It's beyond him. Dunk is in there, heads across goal, it's headed over the bar on the goal line. I think it might be Danny Ings.
And that's going in, Johnny. We're right behind it. It's going in the top corner.
Second time Lewis Dunk has done well. As you say, back in far post. Oh, Lallana arriving, didn't time it. Out for a goal kick. Well, Danny Ings has saved West Ham there.
Took a dead leg, I think, off the goalkeeper as well. Great header.
Ferguson hits the crossbar and Dunk has a header cleared off the line. Only they could have got that first goal back a little bit earlier in the game. Only gave themselves 10 more minutes of normal time to come back. So, we've now played 3 minutes of the 6 to be added on. Webster out the back. Can they get the ball forward? He has to play it back to Verbruggen. They'll learn their lessons, but they need to learn them fast because Newcastle came with a similar game plan last season and that 0-0 draw here at the Amex. I think we might expect more of the same because, of course, they've got pace on the break too, but Albion forward through Dunk, using Mitoma, back into the middle, Gross. Trying to angle the ball into Lallana, lets it run across his body, onto his left foot. Across to Estupinian, showed too much of it there to Sofal, who clears. Chance here for Dunk, he'll hit it, and he'll hit it well over the bar into the North Stand.
I think that's just sort of sheer frustration from Lewis Dunk there. I think we're sick of giving it wide and getting no end product from it, so he thought he'd just pull a trigger. It's not for want of trying, is it? I think West Ham have done excellent defending-wise, haven't they? With the blocks they've put in. The goalkeeper's had a stormer, hasn't he?
Yeah. Keeper's done well, Zuma's done well.
I think just the collectively work rate they've put in.
Yeah.
We found it hard. Like you said, possession that win your games. They won 3-1 last week with 24% possession. I think they're going to win 3-1 this week with even less possession.
There is lots of different ways to win a game of football. That's what they always say. They've had 19%, leading by 3 goals to 1.
That's what you do with the ball when you get in the box, isn't it?
Yeah. And give it away, and now Bowen will take it forward here to Ings. Webster just backing off. They need to try and get possession of the ball. West Ham happy to calm things down through James Ward-Prowse. Albion, who've had 25 shots, 10 on target, 5 off target. A total of 730 passes to West Ham's 171.
It's all in Brighton's favour, but the scoreline.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know whether Roberto will be despondent, but
David Moyes will be saying, look, it's about pulling the ball on the back of the net, isn't it?
Yeah, and they have taken their chances well. Albion, who have 4 saves from Areola, but they haven't really asked too much of him, really, for me today. He has the ball at his feet, the West Ham keeper.
Well, he's pulled off 3 good saves this half, but they've all been in reach, haven't they?
Yeah.
The last 2.
Bowen skips past Dunk into the box on the right side, edge of the area. Fornals doesn't want to shoot there, turns it back. Ward-Prowse thought about it. Now Fornals holding on to possession, getting it wide there to Sofal. Stringing a few passes together now, and shouts of Olé, which is a bit ironic, really, bearing in mind how many passes, or fewer passes they've had than the Seagulls in this game. Maybe they needed an Enciso today to unlock the door. I'm not sure anyone would have been able to, the way that West Ham have defended. And they're on the break here. No flag. Bowen is through. Good save by Bruggen. Comes back to the edge of the area. Ben Rama with a chance takes it away from the first defender. Takes it wide. Webster forcing him out there. And the ball into the middle is picked up by Pascal Gross. Full time. Albion suffer their first defeat of the season at home to West Ham United. Their first victory over the Seagulls in 13 attempts. Behind by a goal to 0 at half-time from James Ward-Prowse, a close-range shot which had a bit of fortune about it despite Albion's dominance. But then Bowen doubling the lead before Antonio made it 3. They did pull one back through Pascal Gross, but in the end they were unable to break down this stubborn West Ham defence, an organised team, limiting the space for Albion's attacking players. And David Moyes has his first victory against the Albion.
Yeah, he's 13th attempt, Johnny, and he's got it. Well, we said, out of possession, they were magnificent, West Ham. The work rate they showed to get the bodies back to defend. Even when they were 3-0 up, he was trying to, even when they were tired, he was doing it. Blocks, throwing the bodies on the line, and they got the just rewards. I think if you look at how we're defending, I think it was poor. The first goal was poor. The second goal was poor. In what way,
though, Warren? Were they standing off too much? Were they worried about committing themselves and getting too tight in case someone like Antonio spanned them and turned them?
The first ball, Johnny, you can't. We try to do it all the time. We're trying to go back to the goalkeeper. He's off balance. He's trying to use his left foot. Put it into Roll's head. I think they're too frightened to do that now. First defending, get the ball out of play, and we'll regroup. We're under a bit of pressure here. Second goal, I think it is on the break, but Webster's too off the ball, so he just stands off him, lets Ben Rama put a great pass in, and for Bowen to finish it. And then the third one, Webster gets too tight, just left, right, turns him. It's a wonderful finish. So it's poor defending for the goals. You can see all 3 goals were poor defending.
That was probably the worst. Is there any concerns about going forward, not being able to break a team down like that? Because it is going to happen again this season, isn't it? Whether it's Forest who did it last season, Newcastle did it last season.
It's like we were trying to score the perfect goal.
Yeah.
That's what gets me. You're 3-0 down and still passing around tippy-tappy football around the box, trying to get the perfect pass to have a tee it up for the perfect shot. No, do what he just done. Get the goal, put your foot through it. And that's what he did to Pascal Gross. Got half a yard and shot. Sometimes it's hard because you have to change things up when it's not working. Get the ball into the box earlier. Get your two centre forwards attacking the ball instead of keep coming short and short and short, laying it off, spinning, laying it off, spinning. They want to feed off crosses from wide areas as well, but at the moment, none. Solly March, I thought was his poorest game this season because he's just playing safe.
Yeah,
he didn't take his fullback on once.
No. Any positives to come out of any individual performances, perhaps? I mean, Gilmour seems to have a good game before he came off. João Pedro made an impact since coming on. And, of course, we must mention Pascal Gross, who scored his 27th Premier League goal to surpass Mopé and Murray.
Well, yeah, he always wants it, Pascal Gross. He's never going to hide, is he? So that's one sure there. I thought Pedro, when he came on, looked lively. But, okay, they were tiring. Matoma never gave up. You're getting chances there to cross the ball, and you're giving up chances, aren't you? You come out and play again. We're trying to get the overlap or the underlap run and play him in all the time. Sometimes they're doubling up on you. Jarrett Bowen did excellent defending wise, and when he had the chance to get forward, he broke his neck to get forward, and it's a wonderful finish. And that's the difference, isn't it? When even in the 88th minute, we had they had a corner. We broke very quickly Matoma on his own, but none of our players were backing Matoma up. They had 7 players back, sprinting back, and said, right, then break us down now, and we couldn't.
Well, they're the thoughts of Warren Aspinall. Get your thoughts in. You can text us, tweet us this afternoon. Albion's first defeat of the season. Are there any positives to take from that? Any individual performances? Or maybe you want to comment about the value of Pascal Gross. We'll try and get your reaction before 8 o'clock this evening, but full time here at the Amex. It's finished. Brighton and Hove Albion 1, West Ham United 3.
Johnny and Warren, thanks very much.